Hi, I'm Danna J Walters, and I am author of Every Good Princess Marries a Prince. But I don't want to talk about that today. Today I want to introduce my new book, On the Pier, illustrated by my dear friend Vicki Killian Guess. On the Pier is about a little boy named Jack that goes to visit his grandmother that lives in a house in the woods across a field by a pond with a pier. And when he gets to be too much for his grandmother, she gives him a whistle and she sends him outside to explore. Each time Jack goes outside to explore, of course, he's drawn to that pond and he meets a different animal on the pier each time. The three animals he meets in the story are a crane, an owl, and a beaver. And by talking to the animals, Jack learns or begins to appreciate the value of listening, paying attention, and being patient. And that's what the story's about. And in the back of the book are a list of animal facts. So don't forget to read those. And the reason Jack's grandmother gives him a whistle in the book is because my mother lives on 22 acres in the woods of East Texas. And the children, her grandchildren, my children have, through the years, have always loved to go visit Grandma and explore her land. And, you know, just to make us feel better and for safety reasons, we would give my children, we would give them each a whistle and tell them if anything happened, they got lost, which you can do on 22 acres. If you get lost, you cut your foot, you sprain your ankle, you know, you get bit by a snake, anything happens, you blow that whistle and we will come find you. So that's why Grandma gives Jack a whistle. Now, Jack, he has the attributes in the story of maybe that he's a child that struggles with ADHD. And the reason I gave him those attributes is because my two boys struggled with ADHD, and my youngest in particular, we started homeschooling him in second grade because of it. And it wasn't until then that I truly began to appreciate just how much of a challenge it is for the teacher as well as the student to deal with ADHD. So that's why Jack is loosely based on my youngest son. What inspired me to write On the Pier is, like I said, my mother lives on 22 acres out in the woods across the field by a pond. And the children have always loved going out there and spending time with her. And I wanted to reflect, you know, that in the story. And also, in my neighborhood, there is a house with a pond and a pier. And every time I drive by, I always look to see what might be sitting on that pier. And I have seen all kinds of things on that pier. I've seen a crane standing on the pier. I've seen an owl. One foggy morning, a great big owl was on the pier. And I've not yet seen a beaver, but I have seen a flock of ducks, all kinds of birds sitting on the pier. So you never know what's going to be on the pier. One morning I drove by and a little boy was on the pier fishing. And I got the idea for this story. And so that's how writing is for me. I never know where or when inspiration is going to strike. And when it does, I like to write it down quickly. And as soon as I get home, I write the story. So on the pier, that I repeat, there's a lot of repetitive words. The house in the woods, across the field, by the pond, with the pier. And that's intentional as well, because I taught pre-K, you know, for many, many years, and the children, my favorite thing to do was read to the children or tell them stories. And they love to be involved in the story and the telling of it. And it's a lot of fun for them. And having the words be repetitive, just like there wasn't a woman who swallowed a fly. And just, they love to participate. And having the words be repetitive throughout the story allows them to do that. And it's a fun activity. Whether you're reading to just your one child or to a group of children, it's fun. And also, it encourages word recognition. And word recognition, for the child, it empowers them as a reader. It makes them feel successful and encourages them yes, you can do this. You can be a reader. And that's what we want. We want to encourage our children to be readers. So, also, there's a lot of prepositions in the book. In the water, on the pier, across the field. And the reason those are in there is because it's just, I like to teach children when they don't even realize they're being taught. So read the story on the pier to them and then say, you know what? Where was that beaver? He was in the water. Where was the house? In the woods, across the field, by the pond. And you can say, you know what? Those are called prepositions. And then you can go through the story and pick them out and make a list of them. And then you're teaching your child what a preposition is. Even if it's just to introduce the idea, they've got that basis of learning. And that's always, it's never a bad thing. So you can obtain a copy of On the Pier on Amazon.com. You can get it at your local bookstore. Also, if you go to my website and contact me through my website at authordanna.com, and Danna is spelled D-A-N-N-A, go to authordanna.com and contact me, and I will autograph a copy for you and get it in the mail to you. So there's how you can get your own copy of On the Pier. I hope you have a blessed day. Happy reading.